Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission explained refusal to accept admittance of documents and evidence. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, on Friday in Abuja seized an opportunity presented at the Presidential Election Petition Court to explain its reasons for refusing its own documents be admitted in evidence. Now, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and his party sought to tender the documents as exhibits to establish a petition against the conduct of the February 25th presidential election. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission had on Thursday, through its counsel, Mr. Kemi Penhiro, SAN, objected to the admission of several documents brought to the Presidential Election Petition Court by the petitioners for the purpose of tendering them as exhibits in support of their petition. At Friday's proceedings, the INEC also objected to all the certified true copies of the Form EC8A the petitioners brought to tender from local governments across 6 states. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission's counsel, Penhiro, told the court that the electoral body kicked against the tendering of certificates, true copies of a document, mainly election result sheets, on the grounds that they were strange to the petitions. Now, Penhiro further explained that issues were not joined in the local government areas, but the result sheets were sought to be tendered, adding that it was wrong for the petitioners to go beyond the areas where the elections was duplicated or disputed. Now, according to the Independent National Electoral Commission, the local government areas unlawfully smuggled into proceedings of the court are totally strange to the petition and cannot stand in the face of the law. Now, the chairman of the court, Justice Haruna Tantamani, however, held that it was wrong for the Independent National Electoral Commission's lawyer to attempt to give reasons for his objections. Now, when all parties had agreed during the pre-hearing stage to give reasons at the address stage. Now, the counsel, however, said that he was compelled to offer some explanations following the bashing the commission received in the media, as it was objecting to the admittance of its own documents in court. Meanwhile, the court had admitted as exhibits Forms EC8A from 21 local government areas in Adamawa State, Lagos State, 8 local government areas in Bayelsa State, and other parts of Rivers and Niger as tendered by the petition. Now, furthermore, the PEPC admits exhibits of 6 states in evidence against Tinubu's election. Now, the Presidential Election Petition Court has admitted in evidence exhibits from the Labour Party and Mr. Peter Obi in 6 additional states to prove their allegations of irregularities in the February 25th presidential election. The petitioners on Thursday tendered exhibits in 6 states, including Rivers State, Benue State, Cross River State, Niger State, Osun, and Ekiti states. Now, at Friday's proceedings, the petitioners tendered exhibits in 6 states, including Adamawa, Bayelsa, Oyo, Edo, Lagos, and Akwa Ibom. Now, recall that the petitioners presented forms of EC8A for 21 local government areas in Adamawa State and 8 local government areas of Bayelsa State. Others are 31 local government areas of Oyo, 18 local government areas of Edo, 20 local government areas of Lagos State, and 31 local government areas of Akwa Ibom State. Now, counsel to all the respondents in the petition objected to the documents being admitted in evidence, but withheld their reasons until their final addresses. Now, Mr. Peter Afobab San, who handled Friday's proceedings on behalf of Obi and the Labour Party, therefore prayed the court for an adjournment, having exhausted all the documents they had to tender for the day. Now, he prayed the court to deem all the admitted documents as seen read, but all the respondents refused to give their consent to the request on the grounds that they had objected to the documents being admitted in evidence. Now, the court, chaired by Justice Haruna Tantamani, subsequently adjourned further hearing of the petition until June 5th. In the more political grounds, Presidential Tribunal will be tenders 136 exhibits from Lagos, Edo, and 4 other states. Now, Mr. Peter Obi, who alleged that the 2023 presidential election was rigged, on Friday tendered before the court's Presidential Election Petition Court, sitting in Abuja, 136 additional exhibits to support his claims. Now, the exhibits, which were admitted in evidence by Justice Haruna Tantamani, led five-man member panel, comprises of results of presidential elections from 6 states of the Federation. Now, the states the court admitted their presidential election results contained in Forms EC8A were Adamawa State, Bayelsa State, Oyo, Edo, Lagos, and Akwa Ibom states. Now, Obi, who came third in the presidential elections, told the court that the results were tendered in evidence were certified true copies he obtained from the Independent National Electoral Commission. He had on Tuesday tendered results of the election from 115 local government areas in Rivers State, Niger, Benue, Cross River, Osun, and Ekiti State. Now, at the resumed proceedings on Friday, the petitioners obtained permission from the court to submit additional results from 6 local government areas in Rivers State, which were admitted and marked as exhibits PB 16 and PB 21. However, Inec opposed the assurance of the additional results from Rivers State, which is said were strange to it. Now, Mr. Kemi Benhiri of SAN, who led Inec's legal team, told the court that the commission would advance reasons why it opposed this result in the final written address. Now, likewise, counsel that represented President Bola Tinubu and the Vice President Kashim Shettima, Chief Akin Olujimi San, as well as that of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Prince Lateef Fagbemi San, challenged the admittance of the result in evidence. Now, the respondents said they would equally reserve their reasonings for objecting to the accessibility of the election results in their final written addresses. Therefore, Obi and the Labour Party tendered in evidences before the court additional results from Bida local government area in Niger State, which was admitted as evidence PE 24. Whereas the court admitted results from the 21 local government areas in Adamawa State and marked them as Exhibit PH1 and Exhibit PH21, it was admitted results of the presidential election from 8 local governments in Bayelsa State and marks them as Exhibits PJ1 to PJ8. Now, also tendered were results from 31 local government areas in Oyo, which the court admitted as Exhibits PK1 to PK31, while results from the 18 local government states in Edo were marked as Exhibits PL1 to PL18. Now, the petitioners further tendered results of the presidential election from 20 local government areas in Lagos State, which was admitted as Exhibits PM1 to PM20, which results from 31 local government areas in Akwa Ibom State, accepted in the evidence as Exhibits PN1 to PN31. It would be recalled that though Obi won the presidential election in Lagos State, he, however, alleged in his petition that there was massive suppression of votes in the state, adding that electorates that would have voted for him were openly harassed and intimidated. Now, meanwhile, by consensus of all the parties, the Justice Tantamani-led panel vacated its initial decision to continue the hearing on Saturday. Now, even though lead counsel for the petitioners, Dr. Levi Uzokun, SAN, said his team was ready to appear before the court on Saturday. However, counsel for all the respondents took turns to beg the court to shift further hearing of the case till next Monday, a request the panel acceded to. It will be recalled that Obi and the Labour Party had indicated their decision to call a total number of 50 witnesses in the matter. Specifically, Obi joined in petition he filed with the LP in contending that presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not a valid winner of the election. Now, the petitioners in the case marked CAPEPC 032023 equally maintain that President Tinubu was not qualified to participate in the presidential contest. According to the petitioners, as at that time Tinubu's running mate Shettima became the vice presidential candidate, he was still the nominated candidate of the All Progressive Congress for the Borno Central senatorial election. Now, the petition further challenged Tinubu's eligibility to contest for the presidential election, alleging that he was previously incited and fined a sum of 460 million US dollars by the United States District Court, Northern District, Eastern Division, in case number 93C4483 for an offense involving dishonesty and drug trafficking. On the ground that the election was invalid by reasons of corrupt practices and non-compliance with the provision of the Electoral Act 2022, the petitioners argued that Inec acted in breach of its own regulations and guidelines. Now, the petitioners argued that the electoral body was in course of the conduct of the presidential polls mandatorily required to prescribe and deploy technological devices for the accreditation, verification, continuation, and authentication of voters and their particulars as contained in the regulations. Now, they are therefore praying the court to, among other things, declare that the all votes recorded for Tinubu and the All Progressive Congress were wasted votes, owing to these non-qualifications and disqualifications.